The phone that heard it all. A maid, a secret, and the truth that broke a family. In a world where silence is survival, some secrets never stay hidden. She was just the maid, with an old phone and a humble spirit. But that one device, it recorded the truth, and what it heard shook an entire household. This is not fiction. This is an African tale, an untold truth. In an urban home in Lagos mid-morning, large compound with tall gate, sound of distant traffic, horns, laughter of children, and occasional generators humming. Lagos is fast, loud, unforgiving, and for someone like Anita, arriving here for the first time, everything felt like a dream wrapped in noise. Her name was Anita, 22, just 1 month out of the village. No diploma, no experience, just 2 nylon bags, 1 torn phone, and 1 mission to survive. Anita steps out of a rickety kike, tricycle, clutching her small, worn-out bags. She looks up at the tall iron gate with House 17, a lake residence, painted in bold. Her dress is plain, brown cotton wrapper over a faded blouse. Her slippers flap as she walks. The city air stings her eyes. The gatekeeper, a middle-aged man with earbuds and chewing gum, eyes her lazily. Disinterested. "Who you dey find?" Anita, softly. "Good morning, sir. Na Madam Alake, she say make I come start work today." "You be the new maid, Abi? You carry anything spoil? Drop him here." He unlocks the gate slowly, still chewing. A child's bicycle lies abandoned in the corner, clothes dry on a rope. A barking dog strains against its leash. Anita walks timidly past a shiny Toyota SUV, enters through the back kitchen door. The cook, Mama Justina, a chubby older woman with tribal marks and loud voice, eyes her from behind the gas cooker. Mama Justina, blunt. "You be Anita? Welcome, oh. Housework no be beans for here. Madam, no they smile. You go learn fast. She wipes her hands on her wrapper, sizes Anita up, then nods toward the stairs. "Upstairs, go greet Madam. No climb with shoe O, and no look her too much for eye." Madam Alaki is in her 30s. Sharp wig, sharp tongue. She's on the phone, pacing in a silk gown, eyes locked on Anita the moment she knocks. Madam Alaka into phone. "Call me back, I'm with the new girl." She drops the phone, folds her arms. "So you're the one my cousin sent. You look like a rat, but if you work well, you'll eat. If you mess up, I don't tolerate nonsense." Anita bows slightly, respectfully. "Yes, ma, I will do my best." Madam Alake snaps. 3 rules. 1, no gossip. 2, don't enter my room without knocking. 3, stay out of my husband's way. He doesn't like noise. If you follow those 3, you won't have a problem. And just like that, Anita's new life began. In a strange house, with strange people, and unwritten rules that no one would teach her until it was too late. That night, as she lay on her thin mattress in the storeroom, Anita opened her old small phone, Nokia torchlight style. Not to browse, not to scroll, just to record something. She whispered, Anita recording into phone. "Day 1. Madam looks hard, but I will not fail. I didn't come here to disgrace my family. Mama, I remember your words. I'll work hard and mind my own." Sometimes in places where no one sees you, your only strength is your mind. In a house full of status, Anita knew her value wouldn't come from her clothes, but her choices. The city doesn't care where you're from, but it will respect what you become. Morning at the Alake residence. Bright sunshine through the corridor window, gentle clatter of utensils, low voices echo from the staircase. Some houses don't need ghosts. The walls themselves carry whispers. And in this house, secrets walked faster than footsteps. Anita is seen early in the morning, sweeping the tiled corridor with a coconut broom. She wears a plain t-shirt and wrapper. Her slippers are faded. She is focused, gentle, and quiet. The corridor is long and clean, but everything echoes. Madam Alake's voice breaks the air from behind the closed bedroom door. Sound door slams inside the house. Raised voices begin to leak through. Madam Alake, muffled but angry. "Lanre, how dare you lie to my face again? I called your office twice. You weren't there." Chief Lanre, calm but cold. "Lower your voice. You want the whole compound to hear, including your maid?" Anita freezes mid-sweep, broom still in hand. Her eyes glance toward the door. The house becomes quiet except for that room. Unknown to Anita, her phone is inside her apron pocket. She had recorded a voice note earlier about her morning prayer, and the recording had never stopped. The little old phone, wrapped in a faded pink case, is still recording, capturing the full conversation behind the closed door. Madam Alake, furious. "You were with her again, weren't you? That woman in Ikeja, I know you." Chief Lanry, mocking. "If I wanted to cheat, you'd think I'd be stupid enough to do it where people can trace it?" Footsteps. A wine glass shatters inside the room. Madam Alake, emotional. "I left everything for you, Lanry. I built this name with you. Don't reduce me to your fool." Beat. Silence. Then a quiet voice from Chief Lanry, lower, slower. "Listen, we'll fix it. But don't forget, we need to move the money to that account before Saturday. If that fake kidnapping doesn't happen by Monday, everything crashes." Anita stops moving. She didn't mean to eavesdrop, but now her heart is racing. She turns, walks back quietly toward the kitchen with her head down. Moses, the houseboy, is rinsing mugs at the sink. He's in his mid-20s, slim and street-smart, always chewing gum. Moses, noticing Anita's silence. "Wettin', do you? You dey act like you see ghost." Anita, quietly. "Nothing, I get small headache." Moses, smirking. "Headache go kill you for this house. Better tie your scarf well. This house know they like people way they observe too much." He squints at her, almost like he suspects she's heard something. Moses, leaning close. "Anita, be smart, oh. Some things no concern you. Sweep your corridor and leave the spirits to fight their own war." The city is loud, but sometimes the most dangerous sound is silence. That morning, Anita didn't speak, but her small phone had already captured the storm. Not just the fight, but the plan. A lie so big it could break a home and ruin a name. In many African homes today, secrets are buried under titles, marriage certificates, and tinted cars. But truth doesn't stay quiet forever, whether by voice or accident. What you do in private will always find its way to light, and sometimes it's the one you least notice: the maid, the gatekeeper, the driver, who carries the loudest evidence. Late evening in the storeroom where Anita sleeps. Dim lighting, silence in the rest of the house, generator humming faintly outside. Some truths come like whispers. Others, they shout through silence, especially when you're not even looking for them. That night, Anita thought she was pressing play on a worship song. But what she heard was more dangerous than any devil in a dream. Anita sits cross-legged on her thin foam mattress placed on the floor. One kerosene lamp flickers beside her. A few clothes hang on a nail in the wall. Her worn-out bags are neatly arranged in one corner. She holds her old phone in her hand. She smiles slightly as she clicks play on the voice recorder app, expecting to hear her morning prayer and soft humming. Sound. Her own soft voice begins, "Father, I thank you for this job." But just seconds in, her face changes. The tone shifts. She hears Madam Alika's voice. "You were with her again, weren't you?" Anita's eyes widen. She covers her mouth, stunned. Phone audio continues. "If that fake kidnapping doesn't happen by Monday, everything crashes." Anita pauses the recording. Her hand is shaking. She replays it twice. It wasn't just a fight between husband and wife. It was a plan, a lie, a scheme to move illegal money, a fake kidnapping, a political performance. And now the maid knew everything. Anita quickly gets up, locks the door, paces in the small room, biting her nails, whispers to herself, trembling, "Wettin' be this? Wettin' I go do now? I no even mean to record anything." She looks at the phone again. The file is still there, 14 minutes long. She thinks about what her mother used to tell her. "My daughter, never involve yourself in things bigger than you. City wahala no day end." She wanted to delete it, truly. But something in her said, keep it, just in case. She hides the phone in her bucket under folded clothes. Anita wasn't foolish. She knew secrets like that could buy enemies, even death. But she also knew something deeper. When you hear evil and stay quiet, you become part of it. She didn't know what to do. But she knew what not to do. Talk. Next morning at the dining table. Chief and Madame Alake eat in silence. Moses serves tea. Anita brings in toast, quiet and stiff. Madame Alake's eyes follow Anita closely. She doesn't smile and acts weird. She whispers to Moses, "Watch that girl. She acts like she knows something." Moses nods subtly, his eyes narrow at Anita. The walls were closing in. Anita didn't know who to trust. She didn't even know if she'd last the week. But that little phone, it had already become more powerful than she could handle. In the world we live in today, information is power. And the smallest devices in our pockets, they are not toys. You don't need to be educated to witness truth. You only need to be awake. And once the truth touches your ears, you are no longer a bystander. Early morning, a restless dawn in the Aleka residence. A rooster crows faintly outside. The compound feels unusually tense. In some houses, you don't need to break the door to steal the truth. All you need is a distracted heart and a curious hand. Anita woke up thinking she still had control. But the moment her eyes opened, her power was already gone. Anita sits up on her mattress, stretches, yawns lightly. The light is pale, the air is still. She reaches for her bucket, where she had carefully hidden her phone underneath her clothes the night before. She lifts the wrapper, shirt, underskirt, then freezes. "It's gone." Anita, low panicked voice. "Jesus, my phone, no they here." She checks the other bag, shakes the pillow, lifts the foam. Nothing. Her breathing quickens. The bucket was untouched, the clothes folded. Nothing looked stolen. But the one thing that mattered, the only proof of what she heard, was gone. Anita runs to the kitchen, trying to stay calm. Her voice is shaking. "Moses, I beg. You see my phone? I dey find them since morning." Moses rinses a pot. He doesn't look at her right away. Then he shrugs in a mocking tone. "Phone? You sure say you no carry him go toilet forget? Or maybe na rat carry him go build house?" He smiles slyly, chews gum loudly. Anita watches him closely, sensing something's off. "I no go misplace am. I put am inside my bucket, folded under cloth." Moses, cutting in. "Eh? So not only you sabi hide something? You think say you smart?" He walks off before she can say more. From the upstairs balcony, Madame Alake watches the exchange silently. She turns away with a cold smile. The house was breathing differently that morning. Too quiet, too watched. Anita felt it, like eyes behind curtains, like a net being drawn slowly. Anita searches the laundry basket, peeks behind the backyard drum. She even checks the trash bin. Then, a voice from behind startles her. "You dey look for something wey no belong to you." She turns quickly, so desperate. "Why you dey talk like that? You touch my things?" Moses, stepping closer. "Anita, some people dey this life way too they observe. They go observe until them observe themselves enter grave. Be careful. When a person hides the truth, they get nervous. But when a person holds the truth, everyone else gets nervous." Anita didn't say anything that day. She couldn't prove it. She couldn't fight back. But she knew. The moment the phone left her hand, she became the enemy. That evening, Anita washes dishes more carefully. She avoids eye contact. The house seems normal on the outside, but she knows something bigger is coming. A phone may be small, but when it carries the voice of the guilty, that phone becomes dangerous. And whoever held that phone next held her destiny in their palm. Evening in the living room of the Alake residence. The air is still. The lights are dim. A storm brews quietly outside, both in the sky and inside the house. Every house has a moment where truth is no longer just known, but attacked. Anita had heard what she shouldn't. Now they weren't just watching her. They were ready to make her disappear. The living room is spacious, neatly arranged. Big television, framed degrees on the wall, an expensive rug in the center. Anita kneels quietly on the edge of the rug, barefoot, arms folded on her lap. Madame Alake paces the room, still in her office gown. Her arms are crossed, her voice sharp. Chief Lanray sits silently in a leather chair, holding a glass of brandy. His face is unreadable, but his jaw tightens with every breath. Moses stands in the corner, arms folded, smirking, watching like a wolf. Madame Alake, firm and cold. So tell me again, Anita, what were you doing with your phone in your pocket while cleaning the corridor? Anita shocked. Ma, I no understand. Madam Alec snaps. Don't act innocent. That small phone of yours recorded a private conversation between my husband and me. Who told you to spy on us? Anita, eyes widening, confused. No, ma, I no spy. I just they sing small praise when I they sweep. I no even no say a still they record. Chief Lanray leans forward, his voice deeper now. So your song just happened to catch every word of our conversation. And the file just vanished? Anita, nervous. Sir, my phone missed since morning. I been they find Madam Alack, yelling. Liar! You want to blackmail us? Who sent you? Who are you working for? She storms toward Anita, her finger pointed just inches from her face. Anita begins to cry silently, not loud, just trembling. Her eyes dart from Madam to Chief to Moses. She's surrounded, cornered, and powerless. Madam throws a small plastic bowl across the room. It clatters against the wall. Madam Alack, furious. You think you're smart? You're a village rat we picked out of pity, and now you're using our roof to gather secrets? Chief Lanray's turn. He sets down his drink. His tone is colder now, controlled, dangerous. We are giving you a chance, Anita. Tell us who you're working for. Who have you sent that recording to? Anita shakes her head, voice barely audible. Nobody. I swear, sir, I no even sabi send file. I only keep am, just in case. Chief Lanray. Just in case what? Beat. Silence. Anita doesn't answer. Madam Alake. Pack your things. You're fired. Before sunrise, be gone. If you ever mention what you heard, we'll make sure you regret ever stepping foot in Lagos. Anita nods slowly. Her lips tremble. She stands up quietly, head bowed. She walks toward the stairs without a word. They didn't just take her phone. They took her dignity. Her silence was the only proof she had left. But in that silence, something else was growing. Courage. Later that night, Anita sits outside on a small stool near the kitchen door. Her bag is packed beside her. Moses walks past slowly, then pauses. You want no truth? That recording? It's still there somewhere. But next time, don't let your mouth do what your status can't protect. He walks away before she can respond. Leaves her with more fear and more questions. In life, some people hold truth and still suffer. Why? Because when you're poor, the people don't fear your facts. They fear your potential. But one thing is certain. A lie may shout today, but the truth never dies quietly. Early morning, streets of Lagos. Anita is walking with a small bag on her back. The sky is still gray. She looks exhausted, rejected, and unsure. When the world throws you out like trash, sometimes God lets you land in the hands of people who still see your worth. Anita didn't know where she was going. She just walked. And sometimes walking is enough. Anita walks slowly down a quiet street, her eyes sunken, her lips dry. Her face is swollen from crying all night. Her bag is torn at the side. Her slippers barely hold together. A church bell rings in the distance. An elderly man sweeping outside the church gate notices her, then pauses, wiping his forehead with a rag. He looks at Anita closely. Sister, you day okay? Anita, low voice. I just need somewhere to sit. I no disturb. I go comet soon. The man nods and opens the church gate for her. In the church compound, Anita sits on a cement bench under a mango tree. She curls up, hugging her bag, shaking. A few minutes later, a young man in a simple shirt walks toward her. He's Pastor Joshua, the youth pastor. Good morning, my sister. I hear say you need help. You don't have to tell me everything. Just rest. When you're ready, talk. She nods slowly, then breaks into tears. Later, in the small church office, she tells him everything, from the maid job, to the recording, to the phone being stolen, to the accusation. Pastor Joshua listens carefully, no judgment, just silence and understanding. Pastor Joshua, softly. You didn't go looking for their secrets. Their secrets found you, and maybe, just maybe, God allowed it. Let's pray, but more importantly, let's act. As they talk, another voice joins the room. It's Moses, shaking, quiet, nervous. He had followed Anita. Moses whispers, I kept the audio. Before I gave the phone back, I sent it to myself. I no trust Chief Lanry. The same Moses who once mocked her now became her lifeline. Images flash quickly. The recording is leaked online by an anonymous source. Blog headlines. Prominent chief accused of plotting fake kidnap. News reporters gather outside the Lake residence. Chief Lanry is escorted into a black SUV by police officers. Madam Lake's social media accounts go dark. Their political ambition collapses. Where is Anita now? A quiet image. Anita standing in a clean hostel room, a Bible and notebook beside her bed. A new job, a scholarship from the Church Foundation, and peace. Anita never asked to be a hero. She didn't plan to record anything. But in a world where people walk blindly over others, her quietness became her shield, and her voice became justice. Advice to viewers. In today's world, phones don't just make calls. They carry evidence. And sometimes the smallest person in the room holds the biggest key to truth. So here's the advice. Treat people with respect, no matter their position. Your secrets aren't safe just because you think no one is watching. And if you are holding the truth, handle it with wisdom. Because lies may rise fast, but truth rises last, and it stands. If this story opened your eyes, don't scroll away. Click like, drop a comment, and subscribe to African Tales Untold Truth. More stories are coming. Stories of truth, struggle, and silent heroes. Until then, remember, someone is always watching, and the phone you ignore today might just hear it all. Thank you for watching African Tales Untold Truth. New stories drop every Wednesday and Saturday. True-to-life tales that open eyes and change hearts. Don't miss out! Subscribe, like, and turn on notifications so you never miss a single truth we uncover. Until next time, remember, the truth doesn't hide forever.